Hello and welcome, MVPs. This is Casper and Cheryl here. We are so excited you guys are with us. You guys are so special to us. We want to make sure we give you really great ideas and just thoughts and training to help your marriage and help you guys just have a phenomenal marriage. So we have a topic today that really it falls in line with our motto, because our topic today is 10 things happy couples do.
Right.
And our motto is, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right.
Right.
Okay. So that means that you and I should really be really versed on these things that happy couples do, because we're always having fun.
Yes, we are.
All right.
And we do, I think, pretty much all of those things.
Yeah, we do. So in this MVP training, we're going to have the opportunity to go through all of these and talk about them, because they're all very good suggestions to have a suggestions that happy couples do.
Right. And they're not things that we're saying that you might do try to squeeze in all 10.
Right.
Pick out the ones that suit you. You might evolve and grow and grab others later, but let it be authentic and organic. Don't force it and make it, because then it'll become a drudgery. It's like,
right.
I have to do this.
Yeah. And you definitely don't have to force it, but for us, it's kind of like it's just natural for us to do these things.
If you enjoy your spouse's company,
it should be natural.
Yes, you just do it.
All right. So the first one is go to bed together.
Yes, as opposed to one sleeping in the bed and one sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, when you get into an argument and you say, "That's it, I'm out of here," or whatever, or you are dismissed to the couch.
Yes, or you leave and go stay at your brother's house or your best friend's house or something. That's
no, that doesn't work for me. And I was talking about this earlier, that in a prior life, I like to have a king size bed, because when these heated discussions came up, I could still sleep in my bed. So I'm on one side or on the other side. Right. So it just made it easy, because I'm not going to the couch.
Oh, okay.
That was not going to happen. So.
And like you said, this is BC.
This is BC, way before Cheryl. So now, fast forward to Cheryl, and now we've been married for 22 years this month. We have a queen size bed. In fact, it's the same queen size bed we've had the whole time. I think we just changed the mattress.
Yes, it's been the same.
Yeah,
and when we go out of town to hotels and stuff, sometimes we end up getting a room with a king size bed. Yeah. But it's just almost wasted space, because
like too much real estate.
Yes, because we like to sleep close. We like to touch. I mean, we don't always snuggle. Right. Or we only snuggle until I get hot, which is
often the fans
about 10-15 minutes into it, because I am a woman in that stage of my life, and we need lots of fans.
Yeah.
But we don't. It's a waste of real estate. We like being close. We have a queen size bed. There's no complaints about it. We sleep very comfortably. And we understand that some people prefer a king size bed, and that's fine.
That's fine, yeah.
But sometimes, you should meet in the middle and cuddle and hug. And we have some of our best fun and laughter when we're sitting up in the bed all snuggled up.
Watching a show or whatever, or just talking. Yeah, and there's some couples that do go to bed together, but they still aren't together.
Right. So,
that's a challenge too. And that's something else we can look at. But go to bed together.
Yes.
Right. The next one is have shared interests.
Yes, and we're really big on this, even for our single couples. Yeah. So even before you get married, you should have more things in common than not. Yeah,
and you should be doing them, talking about them, become very familiar with them, because sometimes what happens in a relationship, because in the beginning you're just googly eyed with each other, you want to be wherever they are, and you don't even care that it's a sporting event. You hate sports. You want to be with them, or you're out hiking and you hate outdoors, but you want to be with them. And then when you get married, Then you're like, why are you going?
switch up all of a
Yeah,
sudden? It's
yeah.
like,
Why are you going to the game? We met at the game. I'm always going to the game. What are you talking about? I thought you loved the Cowboys or whatever.
yeah,
And now I actually I don't even know what's going on.
yeah. You know, and that's the thing when we talk about even with our singles, be authentic. Be authentic with you. Don't pretend that you are someone that you're not.
Right.
You know, because that person falls in love with that part of you that you're showing that's false. It's not even the real you.
Yeah.
So be that real you, the authentic you. And then as a couple, be willing to discover new things.
Yeah. And you can not necessarily be into sports, but still go to some of the games.
Right.
But don't fault them if they're always going, because when you met them, they were always going.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm. So just be mindful of that and have realistic expectations on that. So shared interest. Another one that we love is holding hands.
Yes.
And even after 22 years, we still hold hands.
Yes. And not just even holding hands, but just touching.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you don't hold hands, but maybe you know, I've seen couples and, you know, even like in a group setting and the meeting's going on and one will reach over and just, you know, pat each other on the shoulder or rub on the back or, you know, just affectionate touching. And it doesn't, I mean, even out in public, it doesn't have to be the touching that leads to intimacy privately, but even openly, like I said, holding hands when you walk or rubbing on the shoulders or just, you know, just light things because you enjoy and like being around your spouse.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
It goes past just, I love you, but I love you and I like you.
Right. And if you're going for a walk or something like that, I mean, why would you not hold hands with your spouse?
Right.
You know, and we know some couples that don't. And it's not that it's bad. It's just that if you're holding hands, then you're a unit. Right. You're together. Right. So distractions are less likely to happen if you're holding hands with your spouse and you are focused on them and they're focused on you.
Yeah. And I understand that sometimes maybe you might say, well, when we go walking, he walks fast, I walk slow. Okay. Maybe sometimes though, be at the same pace. Right. You know, and hold hands together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I know when we first did, I think it was our first date, or we first started dating, we went up to the mountains. And you assumed that I wanted to hold your hand.
I could feel the vibe.
I could feel it. And he said, do you want to hold my hand? And I said, yes.
Yes, I could feel the vibe. He was releasing that attraction that was saying, please hold, I want to hold her hand, but I'm scared.
I wasn't scared.
I didn't want to put your hand out there. She said, what's wrong with you?
Keep your hand to yourself.
Yeah, no, we held hands and we've been holding hands
ever since 22 years. All right. Next one is focus on the positive.
I know this can be difficult if you're having challenges. You know, if there's a little rough patch in the marriage. We all have rough patches. However, don't let the negative thoughts and the runaway imagination take over.
Yeah, it could be easy. It could easily happen with the children and the job and the stress and finances, low checking accounts, whatever, you know, but there's a lot of good in a marriage that you could focus on. You know, the fact that you guys are still together.
Right.
And if you're still holding hands, that's a good thing.
Right.
So there's a lot of positives that go on. So and sometimes you have to force yourself to do this. You know, it's not, we're not saying that it's natural necessarily to focus on.
Especially when you're having challenges in your marriage.
Yeah.
But you don't want those challenges to just sweep you away and overtake you.
Right.
Think about, why did you get married?
Yeah.
The qualities that you love about your spouse, the qualities and the things, the activities, the memories that you have, keep those in the forefront. Don't give way to toxic thoughts and bad attitude, and don't let them sweep you away, and then it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Think more on the positive.
Yeah. I was watching a marriage kind of like a marriage teaching video. And it
Mhm.
was talking about the skit, and it was a skit.
Mhm.
Obviously, it was a skit. Basically, it was like the wife was trying to get the husband to put the dishes in the dishwasher.
Right.
So she comes home one day and he's loading the dishwasher, right? Because she had asked him for it, but he's doing it.
Okay.
But instead of her saying, "Oh, honey, thank you for loading the dishwasher," now she starts to critique how he's loading the dishwasher. So it's like, no, you want to focus on the positive. He's loading the dishwasher. That's a good thing.
Right.
Now, if there's certain ways and stuff, there's ways to go about letting him know without chastising him because he's doing it wrong.
Right. And in that moment, since you're actually getting the result you wanted,
Right.
that may not be the time
Right.
to do a critique.
Right.
You say, "Thank you, honey. I appreciate that." And you might let it go. See, if it's going to be consistent.
Right.
And then you might say, "Hey, honey, the glasses really should go this
A
way
little tweak here and there.
so they won't break,
Right.
or something."
Yeah, do a little
But-
tweak here and there.
Yes, but like we said, it's not always what you say and how you say it, but also the timing.
Yes.
Make sure you're saying it in the right moment and not at the wrong moment.
Right. Because you could easily turn that situation. It could go either way.
Well, he could either ignore you and just keep loading the dishes the way he wants to, or he could say, "Fine, you do it."
Yeah. I'm out. I tried. I'm going
Yeah,
back to my lazy boy.
right. I'm going back to my nothing box.
Yeah.
You figure out.
Figure it out. Yeah, and now you've got conflict.
Right.
Yes. Okay, this next one is big. We talk about it all the time, but it's forgive.
Oh yeah, that's a tough one.
It's a tough
Because a
one.
lot of people just don't want to forgive.
They don't want to do it.
They don't want to do it. And we always say unforgiveness is you drinking poison. You are poisoning yourself by being unforgiving.
Right.
Because it affects you. It's not affecting the other person.
Yeah, and if you're a Christian, you are commanded to forgive.
Yes, and the Bible says that you will hinder your own prayers
If you don't.
if you don't forgive. I mean, and see, my big thing with forgiveness is sometimes I know it's hard. I get it. Depends on what was done, but
Mhm.
we're not perfect.
Right.
And we want forgiveness too.
God forgave you probably today
Yeah.
on something.
People have forgiven you for things and giving you grace over things. But when it comes to your turn, it's like, no, I can never, ever forgive him for what he did or forgive her for what she said. Or
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, come on, it's not worth going to hell for.
Right.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Let
not-
it go. Let it go. I know it can be difficult. It may have to happen in stages, but be of the mindset to forgive.
Also, I happen to be watching a bunch of different marriage training type videos because I signed this up for TikTok. Which,
Oh.
yeah,
We're
yeah, we're TikToking
we're
now.
TikToking
We're
now.
TikToking now, baby, and a bunch of videos on it. And this one, the guy was asking, as if he was talking to one of the spouses.
Mhm.
He said, I guess he was talking to the husband. He said, "Is her happiness more important to you than your happiness?"
Mhm.
And the guy's, well, actually, he led him up to it. I can't remember the things that led up to that.
Mhm.
But he said, yeah, that was like the final question. And the guy said, well, because he was like, oh, oh, sure,
Mhm.
absolutely. And he said, okay, well, is her happiness more important than your happiness? And he's like, well, And he said, look, until that's the case, then your marriage could be in jeopardy because, like we talk about with MVP,
Mhm.
if you're working to be the best MVP, then yes, your happiness is more important than my happiness.
Mhm.
But fortunately, you're saying the same thing back.
Right.
So now my happiness is more important to you than your
It is.
happiness.
It is.
Right. So that works.
Mhm.
The challenge is in some relationships, especially ones that are in trouble, is that one spouse is maybe in that mode and the other one's not.
Right.
So
Okay.
now it's lopsided. Or they're both selfish. They both say,
Well, you said the key word because I was going to say that selfish.
Selfishness.
Selfishness, and selfishness is not one of the keys to a happy
No, it's
a
not.
happy marriage or a
That's the
happy
key to
couple
an unhappy.
or a happy person.
Yeah.
I mean, selfishness does not work in relationships.
No,
So yes, you can't be selfish.
that's the key to an unhealthy.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. So yeah, forgiving is critical,
Crucial, very critical.
very critical. And another one is say I love you.
I love you.
Oh, I love you too, baby. But see, if someone's love language is words of affirmation,
Mhm.
that's super important.
Right.
Yeah.
So you know I love you.
Yeah.
That it just doesn't work.
No. Matter of
Okay.
fact,
Yes, I probably do know that you love me. However, it'd be nice to hear it every now and then.
nice to hear it every now and then.
Yes.
And you have to say it with sincerity.
Yes, be genuine
Because
with it.
if they're saying, "Do you love me? Do you love me?" Yes, yes, I love you. Gee, leave me alone. it's like that. It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. I love you, but leave me alone. You know, it doesn't work.
That doesn't work. So yeah, you have to be sincere about it. Right?
Mhm.
I love you is a very important sentence. Happily married couples like to tell each other. When you say the words, you are reminding your spouse and reaffirming for yourself of the love that you feel.
Amen.
Yeah. So saying I love you is super important. Just
And doing things that show that love, speaking to that person in their love language,
yes.
and not speaking to them in your love language.
Yeah. And then I'm for the 5 love languages. I'm what's the one act of service.
Mhm.
So I like to show also that I love someone.
Right.
Because I like to follow more of what people are doing than what they're saying.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, anybody can tell you they love you, but
There should be some evidence.
should be some evidence that
Right.
they love you. Yes,
Right.
yes, that's what I'm talking about. So
And you're really good at that.
well,
I feel loved.
good. That's a good thing. Otherwise, no, just kidding.
No.
Just kidding. Next one is communicate.
Mhm.
Very big.
That's a big topic.
Mhm.
There's a whole gamut around communication.
Yeah.
So, in short, because we're not going to do a whole class today on
No.
communication. However, it's important that you communicate. And one of the things that we've already said, it's not so much what you say, but how you say it and when you say it.
Yes.
So that's another aspect of communication.
Mhm.
Also, there is verbal and nonverbal communication.
Mhm.
There's positive and negative communication.
Yeah.
So there's a big role. Communication is big. It's really big. But it's important that you speak, you demonstrate, you say what's on your heart.
Right. And we always use the term happy people ask for what they want and need.
Yes.
So that's a form of communication. And as you mentioned, there's all types of communication, verbal, nonverbal, and all that. And then if you get into trouble in the communication, and that happens a lot too, then we have tools for that.
Right.
And as
right.
MVPs, you have access to these tools. They're right there on the Facebook group, the exclusive group that you have access to. So if you run into an issue with communication, if it gets into like a stalemate situation,
Right.
then you use the communication tool, and I'll just show it to you right quick to jog your memory. But you use this tool, and that helps you slow the conversation down so you can have a very healthy conversation. And we always talk about the fact that disagreements or conflicts give you the opportunity to have intimacy.
Right.
Because when you have the conflict and you resolve it properly,
Right.
now you have grown. You both have grown in that process, and it hopefully has brought you closer together because you did it right.
And this is another area where we talk to singles when it comes to communication. You need to understand how each person communicates. Because we've had couples that said, well, I come a family that's very demonstrative. We talk with our hands. We have loud voices,
Right.
and we're very dramatic and enthusiastic
Yeah.
when we talk,
Yeah.
and it may come across as if we're shouting or we're angry, but we're not. But then you marry someone whose families or background of communication is very conservative
Yes.
and very mellow and
Yeah.
mild,
Yes.
and they are maybe a more analytical family, and they sit down and they talk
Mhm.
and they strategize and they pull out different, point A and point B. And to them, when you're talking, they're like, "Why are you yelling at me?" It's like, "I'm not yelling.
Yeah.
I'm just talking."
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
but there's two different types of communication.
Yes.
So when you're single, before you even get down that path of marriage, you need to have communication. You need to have dialogue
Yes.
about the different types of communication, how the two of you would communicate.
And be able to recognize those for sure.
Yes.
Another one is compromise or collaboration. We like to use collaboration.
Right.
So you don't have to win every battle.
No.
In fact,
You
if
won't.
you won't. Right. So and if you're battling with your spouse consistently, you're battling against yourself.
Right.
Because you and your spouse are one. So it's like battling with your foot. I'm tired of your foot. Like, that's your foot.
Yeah. So you kind of need that
You
foot.
need that foot. Right? So you have to figure out a way how to collaborate with your foot and the hand and all the different parts of your body.
All the body parts work together.
Work together, right?
And you and your spouse should be working together.
Yeah, so you can strategize on things. We always talk about some very, very good friends of ours. They both have gone home to be with the Lord now, but they were disagreeing over the color of their den, and they had color swatches on the wall, and they could never decide which color to paint the den. And then people that go over to the home had to decide, had to choose which color we like. Well, I like that one. I can't believe you like this color. I'm like, look, you guys need to paint this den and get it over with.
And unfortunately, when they passed away,
still was not
painted. They did not.
They
could not come to an agreement.
Yeah. So you have to, and pick your battles.
Right.
There are some things that I kind of put my foot down. Not a lot, because we
have a lot of things in common,
right.
So we kind of think along the same lines.
Right.
But even when we don't, I always give the analogy of driving.
Mm-hmm.
I might take route B to get to the destination. You may take route A to get to the destination. But are we still going to get there?
Yeah.
Don't turn a mountain a molehill into a mountain.
Mountain to
a mountain. Yeah.
No,
don't make it bigger than what it needs to be. The thing is, are you going to still reach the destination?
Yes.
And don't have that mentality where it always has to be my way.
Right.
He takes it that way. Fine, as long as we get there on time, that's fine.
Yeah. and you just know that maybe it's the wrong way, and then you just do a course correct.
Right.
Say, hey, you were right. We should have went the other way.
Right.
I forgot about the traffic jam. I forgot about the construction, whatever's going on.
I didn't know it was going to be this much traffic. But don't always be so nitpicky. I guess
nitpicky and rigid on this. Got to be this way. No. You guys are in it together.
Right.
So if you lock arms and you're in it together, you're going to make mistakes, right? There's going to be things that happen. But as long as you are working on it together, then life is good. And you will be a happy couple.
Yay!
All right. So we got two more real quick. One is share affection. Give affection through hugs, kisses, touching is important. It creates a bond and keeps the romantic feeling alive.
Yes.
So we talk about taking showers together. We talk about holding hands. We talk about kissing, hugging, spooning in bed, things like that. All those things are ways to share affection.
Yes, they are. Even getting in the hot tub together.
Hot tub.
This is our hot tub night.
That's what I'm talking about. It's already waiting for us. It's hot. Yes, ma'am. All right. And then the last one is show respect.
Yes.
And I give an example sometimes about the fact that I open your car door even in the garage with the garage door closed,
Mhm.
because I don't just wait to go to church and then open your car door.
Right. It's not for show.
It's not for show. It's because I have a tremendous amount of respect for you.
Amen. Thank you.
Now I have to fight with my youngest daughter because she will try to open your door before I get there. So that's a whole nother issue.
I know, but that's her way of showing her love language.
Yeah.
She wants to. She's a doer. So if she's doing something
Yeah,
for
for
you,
you.
she feels like that's her way of communicating. Hey, I love you.
And you know that I wanted to, had she not got in my way.
Right. So it's not an issue. I'm not sitting around
I
making a
can't
big
believe you
deal.
didn't knock her down and get over here.
No, I'm not making a big deal out of that. We're a family, and we gotta flow and learn how to work together here.
Now I have, this is a personal note, but we had my youngest daughter came through town briefly with her male friend,
Mhm.
and I was watching to see if he would open her car door,
Mhm.
and I saw her standing at the door,
Mhm.
and he was like, "Oh," so he opened. I said, "All right, that's what I'm talking about."
And that's my girl, because see, sometimes women don't wait.
Yeah.
We were like, I can do it myself.
myself.
Yes, I know you can do it by yourself. Yes, you're an independent woman. You're strong. Oh, yeah. Let the man open the door.
Right.
It's
Right.
not gonna break you. It'll be okay. You'll still be a strong woman when it's over with.
And she's a strong woman. She's going to college to be a dentist. I mean, all these different things,
Mhm.
right? She's her own woman.
Yes.
But because I when she was 16, I took her out on the date and I opened up her car door and all that stuff, pulled a
Mhm.
chair out. Yeah, so she knows what's supposed to happen.
Right. Amen. That's
All right.
good.
Yeah. And then oh no, that was it. Show respect.
All right.
Is that the one we did? Each spouse needs to respect the other and their desires. Mutual respect means that consideration is taken for the other's feelings. So show respect.
Amen.
All right, MVPs, we are excited to spend this time with you. We hope you guys are getting something from these trainings. We love doing it, and we will be back with you in about 2 weeks to do some more.
Amen.
All right, so until then, we will see you on the next show. And remember, if
If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right.
We'll see you on the next show.